Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen, and you can call me this guy if that's tricky to pronounce, or that guy, or whatever guy. It's good to have you along. Today I'm taking a look at the Metal Muff with top boost by EHX or Electro-Harmonix, and I'll be right back after this intro. Alright, so the Electro-Harmonix Metal Muff is a distortion pedal with a 3-band EQ, so it has bass, mid and treble, it has distortion, it has volume, and it has an added top boost. So you turn the pedal on and off from the bypass button and then you can engage the top boost. I have no idea how this sounds. I got this cheap, second-hand. These cost 90 euros in Europe, new, so that's roughly $100, although I'm not entirely sure what they go for in the US. That's basically it. I don't know what to expect. I've done distortion pedals, some I've liked, some I haven't. I'll get this hooked up and start playing. Okay, so I had a bit of a technical issue, but I'm back now. Yes, what else do I have going here? I have a custom mahogany Strat with Seymour Duncan YJM Fury pickups. Those are stacked humbuckers in case you were wondering. I have a Marhsall Plexi 50-watt head, which is not entirely clean. This is my clean sound. What I also have is my Fender Yngwie Malmsteen overdrive, just as a point of reference for me and kind of to give you an idea of what the type of sound is that I'm normally using. I also have a noise gate because the Fender gets very loud, or very noisy that is. And here's what the Fender sounds like. Okay, so the Metal Muff, I have everything set to 12 o'clock. I'm just gonna try turning it on and see what happens. So volume, distortion, 12 o'clock, and the EQ all at 12 o'clock. I find that's a good place to start, usually. Just a bit of noise, not too much though. Okay, so there is a fair bit of gain going on even at halfway. So let's see what the top boost does. I'll have it turned off and play a bit and then I'll turn it on. Okay, so I was liking the sound in the regular mode, even though it wasn't entirely my cup of tea. I still kind of found it somehow nice. The top boost, no, I didn't like it at all. I'm not sure who that's for. If you have an extremely dark guitar and a dark amp, well, maybe for that, but we'll see. Okay, I'll turn down mids to give it a scooped kind of metal sound. So I have mids almost all the way down. Let's turn mids almost all the way up. Now we get a fair bit of noise. Just use the gates again. Let's add some bass to this. So bass is now 3 o'clock. There's a quality to this pedal, or the sound, that sounds like you have a wah turned on all the time, where you're standing on the wah at a certain position, and it's not a bad sound in my opinion. It actually sounds quite okay. Again, not my kind of go-to thing, but still, it's not bad. Let's add distortion and see what happens. So the distortion is now at 3 o'clock as well. Let's see how much noise it's making. Fair bit. Okay, I'm thinking I'll change guitars at this point and take a 7-string with humbuckers. Alright, so enter the 7-string Ibanez Universe. I don't even know if this is in tune. Nice, let's see what it sounds like with the drop A tuning. Let's add the top boost. Still, I have top boost halfway. I'll add the top boost and then I'll see what the top boost button does. Okay, so that's with top boost halfway. Let's add top boost and see what happens. Okay, I've dropped top boost almost all the way down. Let's just switch between top boost and not having a top boost now, see how much it impacts. Okay, let's ditch top boost and add a bit of treble. Quite a bit of treble actually, it's almost all the way up now. Drop that. So now it's 9 o'clock. Okay, let's drop distortion way back. So now I just have a bit of distortion going. Let's compare that to the clean sound. And let's add volume so it drives the amp harder. Turn volume all the way up. Okay, here's the thing. It has some sounds that I like in some ways, and it has some sounds in it that I don't know what you would use those for, but still, it's not all doom and gloom. It's kind of 50-50. I wouldn't use this kind of a pedal, I think, and I think that I've tried better distortion pedals that do slightly similar things. The one that comes to mind, which is a budget-friendly version, is the Boss Turbo Distortion, the DS2, which is great fun. I really like that pedal, and I prefer that over this, and it's cheaper if I remember correctly. I might be wrong actually, but still roughly the same price range. And if you want a clearly better distortion pedal, I'd go for something like the Rev G3, which is great. This is okay. Yeah, that's what this is. I don't know what the top boost is supposed to be doing. At least with this amp, it's horrible. But if you have a darker sounding amp, then I suppose it might do something positive to the sound. With this setup, it just ruins everything unless you have it just a teensy weensy bit so that you barely notice it. So yeah, that's basically all I have for you today. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and comment, let me know what you thought and if you tried this pedal or if there's some other alternative that you think I should review. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell notification thing, and support me on Patreon because I buy the gear that I review so you get an honest review. And honestly, I think there are better options out there. It's not terrible. I wouldn't find a use for it myself, but then again, you might, and that's great. Also, when you support me on Patreon, you get a bunch of exclusives like music that hasn't been released anywhere else and so on. So check that out. The link's in the description and somewhere here. And if you want free music, you can check out my website. The link's in the description. So I hope you liked the video. I'll end by playing a bit more on this, and I'll see you in another one. Take care. Goodbye.